And good morning, my people. Good morning, good morning. It's your Sunshine, and you are stepping into Sunshine's Corner, and of course, welcome in. Because you know what? When you step into Sunshine's Corner, what you're going to get? The very best. Well, it is Wednesday, it's hump day, and first of all, let me do this before I go on into being the hump day. Now, on Wednesdays, this is my third day, guys. Oh, I'm so happy. But let me say this. Let me tell you what the show is all about. I want to keep that. I want to plant that in your mind so we can keep that top of mind. Now, Sunshine's Corner is exactly what it is. I feel like if you think about it, whatever street that you're on, there's always a corner. Every avenue you go on, there's always a corner. So therefore, that means that I'm going to be everywhere you are, getting you the information that you need, sharing with you what's going on in the community, and mostly, I want to keep you inclusive on this show with me. Now, every week we're going to have guests that's going to be talking about different topics that are happening in and around that time. You know, what's trending. We're going to be talking about things that are happening right here locally in Pensacola. I think that when it comes to information, there's never enough. Why do I say that? Because knowledge is power. When you have the knowledge, then you've got power to do something. But if you're lacking in that area, do not know where to get it, what can you do? Stand there and go, possibly I can do that. But that's what Sunshine's Corner is going to do for you. I have to say, because community is my total heart. Community is what I believe in. And I believe that, because you hear me say this often, collectively, if we put all of our resources together, there's nothing that we can't do. When I say nothing, believe me, nothing. So in a nutshell, that's what Sunshine's Corner is going to be all about. Keeping you entertained, informed, and most certainly inclusive. That means that you can be on this show with me as well. That means if I'm into a topic today where we're going to be talking about our motivation, you've got the opportunity to pick up the phone to call me. And if you've got a question or something you would like to share to be involved with this topic that we're going to be talking about today, you are most welcome. Also, I want to get you connected with us on social media. You can go to Sonshine, Facebook with Sonshine, Sonshine. You can interact with us there, and guarantee something you want to talk about, do that. Let me put a pin on this. This is something else that the show is going to do. This is how we are inclusive. You know I want a theme song, right? Yeah. So I want somebody to write me a song, gospel, R&B, rap, not drop it like it's hot, just rap. No drop it like it's hot. What else did I miss? I said gospel, R&B, Southern soul, pop, all of that. Show me your talents, and I'll keep you inclusive with that, because I'm going to have you on the show to tell me what inspired you to write about sunshine. You get it? But it's all fun. But listen up, today it is Wednesday. Mid-week motivation. I did this, I've been doing this for quite some time, and I do not want to lack in that area at all because of how the world is such a time as it is. My God, we need inspiration. I have in the studio with me today a longtime family member. We fight just like we're family. I think that's love, when you can have that relationship with a person that you can really share what you feel. I have with me today Pastor Larry Watson Jr. He is from Inglewood Missionary Baptist Church. And I mean, wow, we talk so much. And thank you, Larry, for coming in to share this with me. Because, you know, when I say biblical, this man has been in the Word for so long. I remember Donald, what did he call himself? Disco Doctor. Said, oh God, Sunshine, you got to meet him. Oh, I said, Pastor, I know he's a young kid, but oh Lord, you need to meet him. That's how I met you, what, 20 years ago?
At least
20 years.
Yeah.
But we're going to be talking with Pastor Larry to get us inspired. But there's something I want to get on Pastor Watson's opinion on, because I've been wanting to wait to get somebody to talk about this with me. I'm talking about O.J. Simpson. Okay? And I say that because with O.J. Simpson, that happened back in 1994.
Right.
It is what year now? 2024.
Yeah.
And so that's what, 30 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but what I'm saying though, Larry, look at this. Now, listen, everybody. I said I want to share my opinion. We all have opinions, and this is just my opinion. Okay, when he went through all of that trial that he had back then, and I have always said, I, personal pronoun, have always said, I have my beliefs of what happened.
Right.
Because of the fact that I can't see how one person can get only one scratch on the finger with all that tragedy that went down. Okay?
Right.
And then he was found not guilty. He was found not guilty. My question to you, when it's been that way, now it's 30 years later, what I think was something was just done just to try to hurt him, because I believe he know what really happened, but can't tell nobody. Well, he sure can't tell nobody now.
Right. That's
but
right.
What do you think about how they're, even today, everybody is hammering on him, let the man die.
Right.
What do you think?
I mean, ultimately, you know, like you said, the courts have had their reign. He's went through the justice system, and he was found not guilty. I think anytime there's any ambiguity, any gray area, it's always going to be, I mean, with anything, people are going to have their opinion, you know, and America's about free speech. So, I mean, whatever you do, people are going to always have their opinion. So, like you said, you have yours, somebody else might feel totally opposite.
Right.
And unfortunately, even at your death, people still talk about your life, like, you know, and so it's just
I like that. Say that again.
Yeah, even in your death, people still talk about your life. So,
absolutely, I like that.
Yeah, and so at the end of the day, whatever happened, he knows. The people that were involved, they know, I guess, and we'll always wonder, you know, what happened.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And you know, I think with him, and with all that he went through, and I said I'm not going to justify that to say I no more, because I'm telling you what I feel.
Right.
I think that all of this, now, we didn't know that he had prostate cancer. He kept that quiet.
Right.
And but what? And I'm asking you this because we're going to be talking about inspirations today. There's a greater power.
Of course.
That's going to have the final say.
That's right. That's right.
There's a greater power that's going to get your judgment.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, though, even though with what had happened 30 years ago, Larry, it's like this. The fact that I think that I'm so tired of, this, that, don't call him this. I was listening to a station the other day, and to what got me, Larry, it was a Christian station, and they said, the murderer, he was found not guilty. Don't label him like that.
Right.
But why do we choose, I'm talking now from a pastoral point of view, why is it that when we found something that has been said by the people that it's not that way, but we'll take it still and try to make out, yes it is, why do we do that?
Right. I mean, Sonshine, I think it's, it goes back to even, I'm always try to relate it back to Jesus.
Right.
Him being on the cross or being in between two thieves, and he had done nothing. And, sometimes accusations, go ahead.
You said in the middle he had done what?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Right.
Keep on. Okay.
Yeah. And so I think when people have an agenda of taking you down or whatever. Like I said, we don't know. I know from my perspective, whether he did or he didn't, I think from a faith perspective, he had the opportunity to make it right, because honestly, if we're all honest, it might not be to that extent or extreme of a charge, but I think all of us have something that we're guilty of.
Come on, say that again.
Thanks be unto God.
Grace is good for us all.
That His grace is good for us all, and it's not just good for the liar; it's good for the murderer. And so for me, hopefully he had time to make it right. If in fact that's what he did, I don't know. I wasn't there, but I believe God's grace is sufficient even for OJ.
Right, for OJ, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think it's like and I look at the fact when I went back through even to that time when he went to that hotel. think
Yeah.
all of that was just, oh, we got to get him locked up some kind of way.
Right.
You're going into familiar memorabilia, and you got how many years?
Wow.
Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His grace is sufficient for all of us.
Right.
But you know, when you say that though, Larry, that happens, like you said, we're all charged with something that people even now will cut you down just to cut you down.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Why?
Man, it's a part of I think the flesh mentality. Even with as you were talking, I was thinking about the story in the Bible, like Joseph. Joseph was, he was his father's favorite, not because he chose to be; it just happened. But I think that sometimes when you're the favor of God's favor is on you in some capacity, favor comes with hate, and not just hate from the outside. He was hated by his brothers, his personal family. And so,
oh my God, you're talking to me.
And so, when you have God's favor, understand that it's going to come with a level of hate. Not everybody's going to be celebrating, the favor that's on you. And so, and it goes back to Joseph. It speaks very well of that. Like his brothers wanted him to die and literally tried to eliminate him from the family. But,
oh my God.
But what I like about favor is it's not in a location, right? So they took him from his father's house and placed him in a pit and took the coat that they thought the favor was on.
Right.
But the favor wasn't on the coat. The favor was on Joseph.
Come on now.
And so wherever you move him, whatever even though you change his location, it doesn't change the fact that God's favor was on him.
Did y'all just hear that? I know you did, because I'm sure you said something else, Larry. We were talking about O.J. Simpson, and now
the juice man.
The juice man. I mean, I think about even with him running in the airport for the Hertz car, right?
Right.
For that commercial he did.
Right.
But O.J. Simpson had all of this in his favor. He had all of this. He attained all of this, and even now at the end, they're trying to take everything he has.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This man is dead and gone. According to the word of God, he don't even remember y'all no more.
Wow. Yeah.
He's going back to what he was created from, going back to the dust. Right. All that he don't have to worry about tomorrow. He don't have to worry about anything else. The Bible teaches that he don't remember us now.
Right. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, let it go. Every time you look up at something, and I know that's the media today. Sometimes the media will just take it to another limit. But I want to look at it on this side. I think about his children.
Right.
Even though there had to be an issue there, but I think about his children. You're not paying for this. I just lost my father.
Right.
And look at all this that they're still dragging up. What's that guy named Ron? That cop that was there. I can't think of it, but he's gone spiked hair now. He was on TV the other day.
I don't know what his name is.
I can't remember. But I say that, and it all boils down to this. You said something that was absolutely powerful. Let me remind everybody. Now, if you want to get in on this conversation, you can.
Yeah.
You can get in on this conversation because it is worth your being available to do so. You can call us at 850-432-7768, that number that's on the screen. If you got a question that you'd like to ask or be involved with us, it's about community. So we're just talking about what we feel in the community, right?
That's right.
Even with OJ, because OJ is a part of all of us.
That's right.
No doubt in my mind.
That's right.
But I'll say this to say that, Larry, with the things, and when you said that we are all people will, when favor's on your life, even with your family, how things come up against you, you are telling the truth.
Yeah.
You are telling the truth. Because you wonder why, but it's like you understand that when God has something for you to do, you're picked out and you're picked on, but this is where you got to play on your faith. Your faith.
Right.
To understand that God's got you no matter what.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And I mean, there are going to be some sleepless nights.
That's right.
There are going to be some days that you're crying. There are going to be some days that it just feel bad. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
But the fact of it is, that's where your faith come in. That's why we're talking about this on midweek motivation.
Right.
So that we can motivate everybody. It doesn't matter where you've been or what you're going through. It's about how strong and what the level of faith do you believe to get you to that point. Because as long as you walk this earth, it's gonna be somebody out there. I call that nosy neighbor.
That's right.
That just want to spread gossip. Just want to spread gossip, and when they don't even know what's going on.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying, Larry?
That's right.
And I just want you to just think about that. Hey guys, don't forget now. You remember Flo Anthony, my girl, all righty dighty. Well,
Flo.
we've got Flo Anthony on with us here as well. So stay close because she's coming up later in the show, and you're going to be able to hear what's happening in Hollywood continually. So stay close. We're going to be back with more of Pastor Larry Watson Jr. from Inglewood Missionary Baptist Church right here on Blab TV with Sunshine's Corner.
There are many reasons someone may need in-home care, whether it may be respite care, them recovering from surgery, or having a chronic condition. Having someone dedicated and reliable is imperative. Supplemental Support Care Services was created to provide to those who are in need with quality care that they deserve in the home. Taking it a step further, our main goal is to ensure that Supplemental Support Care Services is where the love and care is top priority.
Empire Truck Sales, located at 2255 West Detroit Boulevard in Pensacola, is your Freightliner, Western Star, Detroit Diesel, and Cummins dealer for Northwest Florida. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., providing sales, service, and parts. Empire Truck Sales is also your Oasis dealer for Freightliner custom chassis RV and motorhome repairs. Running I-10 will get you in.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services is a one-stop shop because you can come get your windshield replaced, and right behind that replacement at the same appointment, we will calibrate the cameras, and when you leave, everything's ready to go. There's no need to go to the dealership, or there's no need to come back for another appointment. We just take care of it at one time. We put the customer first, and we strive to do everything right the first time.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services, your one-stop shop with same-day service.
Well, welcome back to Sunshine's Corner. Hot topic today. We're talking about O.J. Simpson, but we are blending that into your faith because we do have the guest in the studio today. I'm so proud to have Pastor Larry Watson Jr. here. And he is really integrating how the faith works with anything that happens with the world today, because it's not about OJ, it's not about the Goldman family, it's not about the media, but it's all about him. That's and right. You made a powerful statement that you hope that OJ made his peace.
Yeah.
Because what you got to realize, because when you fall asleep, you can't make that peace then. It's too late. Right. So you know what I'm saying? It's just too late, Larry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, and in that fact, you brought up something, even with dealing with how things are in the world today. Mm-hmm. I mean, things that we deal with right now. Okay, and I really want to get the community involved in this show. I want somebody to call me and get involved with the show. Ask Larry something you need to, maybe there's something that you're going on in your life that you need some help with. Good God Almighty, this man has heard me cry so many times, but it's always a word that he will give me that causes me to dry my tears and to reflect and come out that pity party and give it to Jesus.
That's right.
But you see, it's good to have a spiritual friend that can take you and help you get through difficult situations. I just went through a transition.
Right.
And I'm telling you, it's just that I thought what I thought was there for me wasn't.
Wow.
But God had to let me see. And then, but through the miraculous work of our Jesus, let me say this. Don't forget now, call me up. I want you to be a part of the show now. You can call us up. The number's on the screen. That's 850-432-7768. Be a part of this show. 850-432-7768. Be a part. But what I'm saying to you, Larry, is this. It's the fact that during that time, people were reaching out to me not to see what was wrong with me. Was anything wrong with me?
Right.
Being nosy.
Wow.
Not, it was one just took me to the river. I mean,
Wow.
anybody that I knew, they had to call that person. But what for?
Right.
That's why we got to come and understand, if you are here to help your brother and your sister, don't do this by saying, oh, hey, what happened?
Right.
You don't know what I decided to do with my life.
Right.
But don't always look for the negative.
Right.
But if you are really there to be that person for me, I may not have anything that I can give you, but let me be that spiritual prayer partner with you.
That's right.
Or let me lift you up with the word of God. Because a tangible thing is not going to do you any good anyway. You understand what I'm saying? But God also showed me something else who was for me. You understand what I'm saying? And some of the things that I thought, and those were some toxic people I was around.
Wow. Wow.
But God had to show me that, because I had gotten so relaxed in what I had. I looked at the means of the monetary part, but that's not what it's all. That's not what it's all about.
Right.
And you can, I mean, just like you talked me through it, got me through it. Those days I cried, those nights I cried.
Right.
I didn't understand why, but it was my faith.
Right.
That you, and let me tell you a good thing about this, or with Pastor Larry, he didn't know what was going on with me at that time, but the Spirit put it on him to call me.
Wow.
Remember that day?
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, oh, and I just cried, but you were there for me. And I say that, I want us to talk to the people today, Larry, about getting that connection with God. I didn't say sometimes.
Right.
I'm not saying I'm connected to God when it's, oh, I'm in a good spot right now.
Right.
Oh, God, I need $1 million. Oh, Jesus, give me $500. But then after that, you forget him.
Right. Right.
Only when the storm comes that you want to call him. Talk to the audience today about staying connected. You should praise him more when the times are good.
That's right. I was thinking, even while you were talking, Sunshine, I think a lot of times when we talk about faith, sometimes we can relate faith to God being somewhat of a cosmic vending machine, where we just ask, whatever we ask is going to be given. And I believe that God does give us the desires of our heart as our heart changes more towards him.
Right.
I think faith really boils down to God doing for you only what's best for you.
Okay.
Right? Not so much of what it is that you want solely. And he will do that.
Right.
But he's going to always do what's best for you. And so in the mix of that, the journey of that, there's going to be some ups, some downs, some good, some bad, some beautiful, some ugly. It's going to be all in the mix. But we know Romans 8:28 says all things work together for the good
of those who love it. Yes.
That's right. And so with that whole faith dynamic, in the transitions of going through the valley and then coming out, as David said, and experiencing the table that he prepared for us at the end of the valley, everybody's going to have some valleys, some dark times in life. And it's all about how you navigate the valley. I know I keep going back to Joseph.
Great story. I get it though. That's a powerful story.
Yeah, indeed. I think it's Genesis 39 verses 1-4. This is when he's sold into Potiphar's house. So he was given by his brothers. I don't know if you ever know that in that story, he was sold to his cousins. He was put in the pit by his brothers, sold to his cousins. And so he's hurt by his family, immediate family. And then he's sold to his cousins who really don't care. They were all about the money. And that's a whole nother subject.
That's a whole nother sermon.
Yeah, because people can only see your value for what you can do for them. That's a whole nother thing.
Will you please say that one more time?
Sometimes the relationship is only based on what you can do for them, and so this is where Joseph is. But in that faith transition, one thing I like about Joseph, when he was sold in Genesis 39 1-4, the Bible says that Potiphar noticed that God's hand was on Joseph's life. The interesting thing is that Potiphar is an Egyptian. He doesn't even worship the God of Joseph, but he's able to see the God that's on Joseph. This is a deeper level too, because in transition, after being betrayed by brothers, sold by cousins. The thing about trial that you can't do is lose yourself, because he could have lost himself emotionally based on what was done to him. He could have lost himself and got into a dark place based on what was done to him. But Joseph never lost himself.
Come on,
he
Larry.
kept himself because he knew that what was on him, or maybe he didn't know, but he stayed consistent to who he was. Because if you're consistent, no matter where you are,
Consistency works.
when no matter where you are, you always rise to the top. It's almost like a picture of a beach ball in a swimming pool.
Right.
If you try to push that ball down in the water, you might push it down, but the deeper
coming
you
right
push
back
it,
up.
the higher it goes. And I think as believers, I think that we have this buoyancy, is what it's called, that the harder we're pressed down, the higher. They didn't understand, like the brothers, the cousins. Potiphar didn't even understand when he falsely accused him that God's hand was on his life. He was just putting the pressure that pressure to go down, but that pressure that pushed down was only to use that buoyancy to
Catapult him up high.
But the key thing is, I think in trial, having the faith to know that I got to go through this, that God is going to use what's happening to me right now to take me to my next. The now pain is going to be for the next glory. The now pain is going to be for the next chapter of my story. And oftentimes, if you roll with God, it's always the next is always better than before. I think it was Job that he said he got double.
For
Double what
everything he did.
For what I mean, but
even got his children back.
But even Job, when you look at it, it says that he was an upright man.
Yes,
that
he was.
He didn't do anybody wrong. I think a lot of times people judge our trials thinking that it's something that we did against God, or that it's something that we're doing in our lives.
Oh God, yes.
I'm trying to stop, but you brought a preacher to your show, so
I
I got
mean,
to preach.
and I want it because this is big motivation, because somebody else other than me going through that, they need to hear what you're talking about. That don't worry about that. Like, I love that beach ball analogy. The deeper that ball goes, it's not going to stay down there, because it's not going to. The air won't let it stay.
That's right.
But when it comes out, it's going to catapult so high.
That's right.
Come on,
That's
somebody.
Right. That's right. You can see that same analogy with a slingshot. It has to be pulled back, but once it's let go, it goes further than it was pulled back. And so oftentimes I've learned to really judge a person not by how they do well in success, but how they do well in trial. And a lot of times you can see the hand of God based on what the outcome is after the trial. If that person has that buoyancy to be able to bounce back. Always, that trial comes to make us strong. Like, we think trial is, God is attacking me, or maybe I did something wrong, but God uses trial as almost like a university to bring you through to the next level that he has to take you. And so even with faith, I think back to Genesis 39, Potiphar saw that God's hand was on Joseph, right? And then it said that, and I think it's verse 3, it says that Joseph was a prosperous man, which was interesting to me, because how we judge prosperity is cash, clothes, and cribs.
Say it.
How we judge prosperity is cash, clothes, and cribs. But Joseph had no cash.
None.
He was wearing Potiphar's clothes.
Come on.
And he was living in Potiphar's house. So how is it that he was prosperous and he had nothing? I believe that true prosperity is personality. It's your personality that will put you in a place that's your real value, that you can take everything, the cash, the cars, the clothes, the cribs, take it all away, but I'll be able to manifest, I'll be able to prosper in whatever environment that I'm placed in, because I have a personality. And you can't take my you can take my cash, you can take my clothes, you can take my crib, but you can't take my personality and who I am. And who I am will always elevate to the top.
Oh my God, I can't quit smiling. And I know that everybody's listening today. They are as attentive as I, because you are making such valuable points. And for those that are listening, what we're trying to convey to you today, take the focus off of you and put it on him. What we're trying to get you to understand today is, don't try to cut down your fellow man. Take a good look in the mirror, reevaluate you. Reevaluate you and see where some work needs to be done. Are you strong enough in your faith to believe that you can get that victory? Some things happen, but God does that to elevate you to another level. He wants to see if I can trust you with where I'm taking you.
Right, exactly. And I think sometimes in our lowest points, sometimes God strips things away from us, people that we thought that were, things that we thought that defined us or whatever. Sometimes God will strip us down to the bare bone in order for him to show you your real value, but then show you where your strength really lies, and it's always in him. And so that trial, it works together in so many ways.
Oh my God.
Sometimes we feel like, man, did I do something wrong? Man, is God against me? Oftentimes it's God really showing you who you are, but ultimately he wants to show you who he really is. And so it's good. So this faith, just keeping the faith and knowing that, again, that my definition is that knowing that God is going to do what's best for you. I like it because he says that his thoughts are above our thoughts. His ways are above our ways. So even what you can imagine that would be the best thing for you, God's thoughts of what he wants to do for
so
you
much more
is so far surpassing what you would even think. And so why lean on your own dream and on your own thoughts when you could really lean on him, because his thoughts are far above what you. And so even in that situation, when you look at anybody that have achieved any level of greatness, where they were able to move to a point of being a ruler, like Joseph had a ruler anointing on his life.
Right.
There was something on him that was going to take him not just from the pit, but he was getting ready to go. He had a palace anointing, but he was in the pit. And sometimes you can't see that God has a palace anointing on you because you're consumed by the pit where you were.
Where I am right now.
I can go on and on.
Oh man, let me tell you, he is blessing me today. I guess I believe that everything is divinely instructed or divinely driven.
Yeah.
Right? Because of the fact that, because you may see me with a smile on my face, but there's so many things that I'm dealing with mentally.
Right.
But you see, you're answering question things that I need to have to hear today.
Yeah.
So listen up, stay close. He's not going anywhere. I'm not going to let him go. But remember now, Gossip with Flo, she's about to come on and tell you what's happening in Hollywood. And man, do we have a guest that's coming in that can move her body in any kind of way. We got Yoga with Flo. Yoga with Flo. Yoga with Ro also coming in on the show today. So stay close. The best is yet to come right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Hey, this is Gossip on the Go with Flo. How's everybody doing on this Wednesday, hump day? Well, Tyler Perry has struck a new multi-year deal with BET Media Group that includes the renewal of 8 of his shows for BET and its BET Plus streamer. Now, BET has also ordered another new scripted series from Tyler called Route 187. And as part of the new content deal, BET has renewed Sisters, The Oval, and Assisted Living. Tyler Perry's House of Pain is also renewed. The deal additionally includes new seasons of BET Plus series Zatima, Ruthless, Bruh, and my personal favorite, All the Queen's Men, starring Eva Marcille. Said Tyler in a statement, Scott Mills and his team at BET have been incredibly supportive throughout our time working together, and I'm excited to continue bringing these stories to the screen. I'm grateful to our loyal audiences for watching week after week and engaging these stories. Well, Donald Glover made a surprise appearance during Tyler, the Creator's Coachella set last Saturday. On Sunday, the Atlanta actor announced that he will release his final album under his stage name Childish Gambino. And during a conversation with Gilga Radio, the artist confirmed that he will release a pair of records, the first of which will be the complete version of his 2020 album, 3.15.20, which was originally called Alta Vista under a new name. Now, Donald's final Childish Gambino album will serve as a soundtrack to his upcoming movie, Vandal Storm and the New World. Now, Donald recently starred in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Halle Berry took a luxurious family vacation to Mexico last week. The Oscar-winning actress and her crew stayed at the ritzy Nobu residences in Baja California Sur. Now, Halle posted a caption on Instagram, Cabo owes me absolutely nothing. This is exactly how I spent the last few days at the new Nobu residences, next to a photo of herself relaxing in a cabana. Now, Halle and her boyfriend, Grammy Award-winning musician Van Hunt, were spotted riding ATVs together and hitting the beach for some R&R in the sun. They also enjoyed an ultra-lavish private dining experience with special dishes created by the on-site restaurant's renowned chefs. This has been Flo Anthony with Gossip on the Go. Check me out on Instagram at Flo_author and on X at Banana Nose Kid.
Need a new outfit for a special occasion? Look no further than Viola's Men's Apparel. Viola's has been providing the latest styles and accessories in Pensacola for over 20 years now. We have clothes for every occasion, and we offer consultations and group discounts. You can trust that our care, quality, and class will be unmatched. Viola's Men's Apparel for all of your menswear needs.
This is Wayne at Icon Automotive in Robertsdale, Alabama, and I wanted to tell you more about our powertrain warranty forever. It comes with any vehicle we sell that has 80,000 miles or less at no additional cost to you. We put our vehicles through a tough safety and mechanical inspection before it can have the powertrain warranty forever, giving you a peace of mind with your purchase. This warranty is good anywhere in the country, and it covers 100% of parts and labor with no mileage limit, and is covered as long as you own the vehicle. Come pick out your dealership car at non-dealership pricing with a powertrain warranty forever at Icon Automotive.
Watch a new episode of Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m., hosted by Sergeant Melanie Peterson and David Craig. Your tips may be eligible for a cash reward, featuring items about officer training, various aspects of police work, and crime prevention information. You'll hear about upcoming family-friendly engagement events as well. Don't miss Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m.
Hi, my name is Brett McCabe. This is my wife Tanya, and we're the owners of Pensacola AC and Auto Service Center.
From the moment you walk in the door, we are here to take care of you. Honesty and excellence are the standard of our team. Our goal is to give you peace of mind from oil changes to AC repair. All of our repairs come with a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. We have a clean, welcoming waiting room with free Wi-Fi. When you leave here, you will have peace of mind. Come visit us and experience auto repair from people who care.
And welcome back to Sunshine's Corner. This is going to be your information avenue, as you can find out. We touch everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, and we're going to inspire you how to get through to it. Plus, not only that, we're going to tell you how you're going to take care of the only temple you're going to have. You know, like with Larry and I, we've been talking about the faith all day, but what we're talking about now is this: taking care of the only temple that you're given. And what you have to learn to do now is, when you take care of your temple, there are so many ways to do it. And I have in the studio with me today, and you can see that beautiful face right there, Ms. Roshonda Jones.
Ranisha Jones.
I'm sorry, did I say I messed her up
Just
again?
Yoga row.
Okay, row.
Because I see you done missed my name like 5 times.
Okay, Ro is in the studio with us today, and what she's going to, you got
like row your boat. Row. Okay.
What we're going to talk about today is taking care of the body. You see, we've been talking all day about the faith, and what she does is yoga. And when I tell, she does it so well. And I was watching and seeing the things when I was just talking with her off camera about at her studio. She had one lady on the table, Pastor, and I believe I probably would have cried. She pulled that lady leg all the way back there, and I was like, oh my God. The lady didn't go, Then there was another lady, and she had it there on the screen. She's 55 years old. Wow. Mm-hmm. She was on the floor, like say if you get on the floor with your feet up against the wall, she lifted her butt first up in the air, and then she stretched out. I said, how in the world could that happen? I mean, that is absolutely phenomenal. But yes, that's all about taking care of your body, right? So, Ro. Tell everybody about your business, your where you do it, how we can get involved, the benefits of getting involved with yoga.
Okay. Hi everybody, I am Yoga Ro, aka Rhanisha Jones, and I am the owner of Serenity Z-Flow Yoga of Pensacola, Florida, located on 61st and Fairfield. I have been a yoga instructor and stress trainer since 2020, and it's so crazy how I got into it because I was actually following this girl on Instagram a couple years ago, and she was like petite, little, and like flexible, so flexible. I'm like, how this girl getting her leg all the way up here? So I'm like, I want to get my leg all the way up there too. So I started following her, started going through some of her videos. Like, she was just praying, she was flexing her body, she was doing yoga poses, she was just doing all types of beautiful things. And I said, oh, I can do that. But I'm thinking to myself, I can't do that. So girl, I went to Walmart, I got a yoga mat, I went home, I went in my yard, put that yoga mat down, and the first thing I actually did was a handstand, and God is my witness, I did it. I was like, I can't, I'm doing that. I'm like, okay.
But so you believed in yourself.
I believed in myself, and just like Pastor Watson was saying when I was talking, faith. You gotta have faith within yourself. If you don't have faith in order to do something, you won't be able to do it. You know, if you don't put in the work, how you know you're able to do it?
Exactly.
So that's how I got into it, and as I continued to follow her, I started doing it myself, started recording myself, putting it online, and that's when everybody was like, oh, you was a trainer, you was a yoga instructor. I'm like, nah. So I just started doing it for free at Sanders Beach at the park downtown, and people just started coming, and start connecting with me, letting them know, like, hey, I want you to keep doing this, it's helping me. So I really wasn't interested, I wasn't taking it as serious until my mom, because my mom, I used to go to her house and like hit flips everywhere on the walls. I did a handstand on the wall outside of her apartment. I fell in the bushes. And my mom was like, girl, didn't I tell you to stop doing all that? You gonna get all these bruises all up on you. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But I didn't take it as serious until she passed away. So that's what made me know, like, okay, I want to teach people there's more to life rather than falling into depression, being mentally ill, being sick, fighting in the streets, not knowing yourself, not loving yourself, fighting. And
beautiful.
Like, I just wanted to teach people that, because my mom, she was going through mental stuff too, and then my son, he was diagnosed with leukemia at the age of 4 years old.
Oh my God.
So that made me even push more to teach people about the benefits of yoga, how it attacks your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health. It attacks your blood pressure, your migraines, your headaches, sciatic nerve pain, scoliosis.
Oh, you hit a button there. The who?
Scoliosis, sciatic nerve pain.
Yes, I have.
You got it?
Yes.
You got to understand, with sciatic nerve pain, that's why I tell all my young clients, my older clients, you have to move.
In the middle clients?
In the middle clients. You have to move your body. You have to move. And that's how you're going to be able to involve yourself with yoga and stretching. You have to be able to know, like, hey, I want to make a difference for myself. I want to get closer to myself. I want to get healthier for myself, so I'll be able to live a long time to see my grandchildren, my great children, being able to be happy, being able to feel loved, and do what I need to do in life so I don't fall short. So
I got a question for you, because a lot of people misunderstand yoga.
Yeah, they do.
And I want you to clarify yoga, because everything she's talking about, Pastor, it's about taking care of this temple. Everything that you're talking about, I'm talking about the mental aspect of it as well. And what people tend to do is to stop themselves before they begin. Oh, I can never do that. Oh, I can't do that. So you've already defeated yourself before you start. Same thing with faith. Correct me if I'm wrong now. But what I'm saying is with you. Now, I want a challenge. I want to see if I can stand up on that wall.
Stand up on it.
Oh, no, yeah. Flip on it. You know what I mean? She's correcting me, man. She's getting me today. I'm using these words. I called her everything except the right thing. But I say that because I applaud you for continuing to do what you're doing by reaching out to the community, and people are asking for it, so there's a need. There is a need. And I want to encourage everybody who's in tune to the show today to please think about this. We've talked about our spiritual health. We've talked about our physical health, which is all mental. Because when we lose that factor with those faculties here, we tend to think that we can't recoup in any kind of way. But I have seen, because God is still in the miracle saving business, if you understand what I'm saying. But what I hear Rose saying to us today is, do not allow what you think that you can't do, because whatever you speak out of your mouth is what you're going to have anyway. It's going to come into fruition. So learn to speak those things that, when I received my Grammy, you understand what I'm saying? When I'm able to go over there, I'm going to stand on that wall, bottom side upward, okay? I'm going to balance myself because I'm going to go check her out. I want her to work on the sciatic nerve, to teach me how to control that, because I will not let that take over me to stop me from wearing my stilettos. Right. If you understand what I'm saying, because I love my stilettos. Right. But what are we saying to you today, ladies and gentlemen? I've had so many people when I said call. I don't know why you can't get me on this, friends. You can't get me on my cell phone. Don't dial my cell phone. Goodbye. Don't call me. Call me on the number that's on the screen, 850-432-7768. That's how we can get you in tune to talk about if you got a question for Ro, how she got into this. And look at her today. People are asking for her. She has a business now, whereas I see what she's doing, got a beautiful building over that she's providing all these services for the community. Right. And even with anything that you put your mind to and hold on to your faith. Yes. And I know that. I know where she gets hers from. I know her father. Now her daddy is such a strong leader, advocate, voice piece, example in this community. And it has flown on through to her. But you see, let me say this. I know this man's father. I understand why he's doing what he's doing. It has trickle down to him. But what I'm saying to us today is, listen to all this information that's so valuable that we're giving you. You know, that you can take this. Don't just sit there and text me later on and say, oh, the show was so good. Oh, it was so nice. Use it.
Use it.
Use it.
Tell them again, Sonshine.
Okay, use it. Okay?
Don't just talk about it, be about it.
Don't what?
Don't just talk about it, be about it.
What to tell them, Larry? Use it. And that's what we're talking about today. And that's what I tell everybody about this show. And I'm so glad that I got in touch with you, that we agreed that day in the mall when we did that health. I said, look, you're going to be hearing from me because I want you to be a part of something I have. Mm-hmm. And it's because I could see her in the mall when I just watch. I'm always, you were there. We were all, oh God, look at this. We were all there on that same event there at the mall, but it was a health event. But we were talking about some of the things that we're talking about today. And I'm a strong believer that I don't care what it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're going, that what we have to do is this, make sure you don't leave God out the equation, because without him, you can't get anything. Amen. We're not done just quite yet, so you stay close. We'll be right back with more of your favorite Sunshine's Corner on Blab TV.
Do you want to create but don't know where to start? Our new fabric line will inspire you. If you can dream it, we can help you make it. From using kits that include everything you would need, to taking classes to create something more personalized, Daryl's is the place for you. No matter if you're just beginning or experienced, Daryl's has you covered. Find us at 6705 North Davis Highway, open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays.
The Reesburg Institute, Pensacola's ear, nose, throat, and voice center. We welcome you to visit us at our convenient Davis Highway location in Pensacola. At the Reesburg Institute, we offer the most advanced treatment available in a calm, stress-free environment. Since 2014, we've performed over 1,000 cases in office of balloon sinus surgery, as well as septoplasty and nasal procedures using oral sedation. The in-office procedures result in a faster healing time. Visit us and feel the difference.
When you need a professional cleaning service who can do the job right every time, call no other than Spotless Logistics Commercial Cleaning Services. Whether it's small, medium, or large offices, they can do it all. They even offer event cleanings, deep cleanings, vinyl floor stripping and waxing, and outside pressure washing. Their qualified staff can be on-site day or night and will have your space cleaned in a flash. Call the number at the bottom of the screen and let one of our friendly staff members come out and give you a free estimate. Make it spotless, keep it spotless. That's Spotless Logistics Commercial Cleaning Services.
Hello, my name is Eric, and this was my first visit to Little John's. The selection, the pricing here, and the customer service were outstanding. I would definitely recommend. The staff was very friendly, and they'll get you what you need.
Hi, this is John with Little John's Big and Tall here in Pensacola, Florida at 5700 North Davis Highway. Check us out at littlejohnsbigandtall.com, where we can take care of you with extra large up to 14X and large tall to 6X tall.
And welcome back to the greatest show on the Gulf Coast. Yes, we're talking about Sunshine's Corner right here at Blab TV. Like I said, you speak what you want. You know what you want. You speak for it, you'll have it. Amen. This has been a fantastic day. When I say a fantastic day, it has truly been a fantastic day. We have given out so much positivity today, from biblical, everyday life, taking care of the body, learning how to use your body to take care of you. Yes. And you don't have to just wonder about it. And of course, information is power. And once you learn that, apply it. Don't just take it and say, oh, I'll put this over here for later. Use it so it can better you. And I want to say to you, Ro, I commend you. How old are you, may I ask you?
29.
I can't believe it. She's like she's about 15. I know, but no, I wanted to do that because this is a 29-year-old young lady. She has her own business. She's doing something to help the community. She is also, I'm sure, by her father, everybody knows, because you look just like him, it's, you know, what he has taught you has also, now you're sharing this with the others in the community. I commend you for what you're doing. I love to see our young people, and I will say this because I mean this. I love to see my young people of color stepping out on faith and working your own business so that you can give
It ain't
back.
easy though, so to let them know that it ain't easy.
Tell them.
You gotta have faith, and you gotta be consistent, you gotta know what you're doing, you gotta always put God first, you gotta always put yourself first. You know, don't get into something because of the money. Do not get into something because everybody is doing it. Get into it because that is your passion and you really want to help people because you did it yourself. Once you heal, once you got things under control in your life, you're able to spread that to your peers and to your community. Don't just do it because you just want to do it. No, you have to love what you are doing. You have to enjoy what you're doing. You have to be in love what you're doing because when you're doing it, you're not going to look at it like, okay, I'm about to make some money. You're going to be doing it because it's going to be healing you as you heal them. As you help yourself, you're helping them as well, mentally, physically, and spiritually. You'll be able to do it for hours and days and hours and days without even getting tired because this is something that you're in love with. Just like if you're in love with God, you'll be in love with something that you are gifted with by God. So
come on, girl.
That's it. Because I'll talk all day, y'all. This show will be gone. I'll be still sitting here talking.
I mean, but that's all good. And now, Pastor Larry, okay, we're down to about 4 minutes. But what I want to do is, first of all, I want to remind everybody to tune in tomorrow, back here at 9 o'clock in the morning, because it's going to just keep going and going and going. We've got a great show lined up tomorrow. We're going to be talking with some young ladies from the area housing on what's important that you need to know about how to take care of where you live. And now I want to remind everybody as well, we're getting everybody used to the show on the air. Everybody been wondering where I had gone. I'm here.
She's here, y'all.
I'm back.
Right there, right
but
there.
Now you'll be able to listen to this show and watch it again this afternoon at 6 o'clock if you missed it this morning. But know this, your sunshine, she ain't going nowhere.
Ain't going nowhere. She's here and she's staying here. Ain't going nowhere. Y'all better come see her. If y'all don't come see her, then she better come see y'all.
I love it so. But Larry, what I want you to do, you know, I always do inspirations. I did it every single day. Been doing it for what? Down here. Oh God, I've been in the business 35 years. But I want you today to come up. How many minutes do we have, Jen? We got about 2 minutes. So I want you to wrap it up in a minute and 45 seconds.
Gotcha.
Because I got to have my last words. But I want you to inspire the people today. Give them an encouraging word that's going to take them throughout the rest of the day. This is our inspiration for today.
Gotcha.
Yes, it's on you.
All right, so we were talking earlier about Joseph. I think I want to lean back on that. Genesis 39 verses 1 through 4. Joseph's brothers hated the fact that he had a ruler anointing on his life, and they thought that if they could move him from his location into another location or a worse situation, that it would stop the ruler anointing that was on his life. One thing that I want to really bring up is that last but not least in verse 4, it talked about God's grace being on Joseph. Some of us God graces us to do things that we probably weren't educated in, or we don't have a history or family track, and God allows us to be great in certain areas because of the grace that is on our lives.
Right.
So he had a ruler anointing. But one thing I like about Joseph, out of everything that was done to him, from his family, from his friends, from his cousins, he never allowed that to taint the resource that God was getting ready to make him. Because sometimes God will position you and raise you up, and you have to make sure that as you're going through the process of being hurt, that you don't let it hurt you to the point, because God might position you again to help the people that hurt you.
Ooh, come on, that's
coming back
powerful.
at the end of Genesis, his brothers came back to him. He looked so good when he came back. They didn't even recognize him, but God's favor was still on his life, and now God had moved him from the pit to the palace. But because he was at a place of understanding that he couldn't let what was done to him ultimately affect what God needed him to do, because oftentimes rulership
30 seconds.
Rulership comes with the ability to be a resource. And I believe that even from this show today, I believe there's some great resources that are here. So keep the faith. Faith without works is dead. You're going to have to work your faith. Things just don't change by chance. You're going to have to put in some work to get to where you need to go. But ultimately, keep the faith. I'm glad I was here. I hope I made my time.
You did. Well, everybody, I tell you, it's been a fantastic show. I'm going to have to leave you as I do every single day. I am so up on this high cloud today. Listen, no matter what you do, I don't care where you go, always remember to keep God first in whatever you do. I guarantee if you put him first, you're going to be a total success. So until tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for another day of nothing but Sunshine's Corner, know that we love you with a perfect kind of love. Keep shining while we're gone. Have a great day.